From Garden City, New York at Garden City High School, it's time for a non-league lacrosse matchup here on Verizon Fios One Sports. We've got Garden City 6-1 on the season so far against Duxbury from Massachusetts, 3-0 on the young season. Hello again, everybody. This is Mark Weiner and Rick Mercurio here with you on Verizon Fios One Sports. And Rick, it should be a fun one, really a litmus test for both these teams.
Well, Duxbury comes in 3-0, but Coach feels to this point they haven't been tested yet. They're going to find out what a real challenge is today facing this 6-1 team. Garden City lost their opening game to a very strong Syosset team. They're going to also be tested today after winning 6 in a row.
Let's take a look at our highlight players. First from Duxbury, Riley Bergstrom, 10 goals, 17 points on the year.
He's big, he's strong, he can score goals, and he can assist as well. They're going to need to have him have a good game today to be successful against Garden City.
The home team, Garden City, they've got quite a player of their own. J.P. Pazil, 10 goals, 26 points on the year. He's where their offense goes through.
Yeah, J.P. Pazil, he's a true attackman. He's going to Brown. Again, a player that can shoot, he could score, he could change direction on the field, but he could also assist as well.
Should be a fun one. A non-league matchup between Garden City and Duxbury coming up next right here on Verizon Fios One Sports. Duxbury and Garden City coming up here on Verizon Fios One Sports. Duxbury from Massachusetts will get you their starting lineup first as the away team. They're led by an attack where most of their offense comes from Marin, Bergstrom, and Wood. Bergstrom, of course, our highlight player, 17 points on the season so far in just 3 games. Between the pipes for Duxbury will be Henry Weld. He made 3 saves in the last game, a third-year varsity goalie between both Connecticut and here now at Duxbury. And they're led by Chris Sweet. He's in his 18th season as the head coach of Duxbury, really has made them a powerhouse in the state of Massachusetts. For Garden City, let's look at their lineup. Coughlin, Pacile, and Gibbons in the attack. In the midfield, Atkinson, Yaboa, Cody, and Keating. And back there on defense, Puccio, Gormley, and Hart. Their goaltender today will be Eric Mueller. 28 saves on the season so far. First year as the starter between the pipes for Garden City. And they're led by Steve Fennell, his 11th year as the head coach of Garden City, obviously a powerhouse here on Long Island. Let's take a look at our Verizon Fios One Sports keys to the game, Rick.
Well, Duxbury wants to control that ball today. They want to limit the amount of touches that Garden City has. They want to continue their offensive success. They've scored 58 goals in 3 games. That's just over 9.6 goals per game. For Garden City, they want to dominate faceoffs. They've got 2 quality faceoff people today, Kieran Gunn and Kyle Steinbach. They want to continue their faceoff success. And they want to challenge Henry Weld, the goalie from Duxbury. Again, he has not been challenged up to this point. He had 3 saves in his last game, but only allowed 11 goals in 3 games.
These two teams have met before the series history. Garden City leads it 4-1, but the last time they met back in 2015 at Harvard Stadium, Duxbury was the winner there, 9-7. The first meeting all the way back in 2001, so these two teams do have a history. Teams are just getting ready to start things up. Looks like they'll be doing the coin toss to start, and Rick, it should be, we mentioned it in the pregame, for Duxbury, really a litmus test. That's what Chris Sweet said to us before the game, is that, he knows that this is really this is the best competition he's going to face at this part of the season.
Absolutely. They came down last night 300 miles away. They made the trip. Stayed out here on Long Island. Duxbury located on a coastal town about 30 miles southeast of Boston. They're excited to be here. I think we're going to be treated to a real great game today.
Definitely should be fun. As, of course, the Dragons 3-0 on the season of Duxbury, and 6-1 is Garden City so far. Garden City likes to test themselves early in this season. They play a lot of different non-conference games to try and get themselves ready for league play. Do you think that works, Rick?
Absolutely. There are coaches out there that consistently will play games, because every team plays non-league games or out-of-conference games. There are coaches that believe that they want to get wins under their belt. That makes them better. And then there are the great coaches and great programs that feel that you You need to play the best to improve your team.
See the officials here, Scott Howell, Tom Reynolds, and Kenny Barry. As we're just about underway, we'll take you down to midfield. Garden City in the white uniforms. Kieran Gunn will be taking the face-off opposite Zach Prime for Duxbury in their black and green uniforms. Whistle blows, face-off won by Garden City. We're underway here as Gunn's going to go all the way towards the net, get tackled there, and a whistle blows.
Gunn had an opportunity to score there. He took the face-off clean, but he hung his stick as he went to shoot and allowed the Duxbury player to check it out.
Garden City will get an early possession here. Holding it now is Sean Coughlin towards the right side, trying to find somewhere to go. Coughlin, 17 goals on the season thus far.
Garden City is a very fundamentally sound team. You'll see long possessions. They very rarely throw the ball away. They run a basic rotating offense out of a 2-1-3 where they like to cut down the alleys from above and look in from behind. You'll see it here. They're extending the Duxbury man-to-man defense. They're extending it out to try to challenge him 1v1.
Gibbons controls right now at X, gives to the front, now back to Gibbons. Now a shot, and it bounces right in front of the net. That was Atkinson, that time goes out of play, and Garden City will keep control.
Again, Garden City extends the defense out and then draws you for the inside shot. You'll see it consistently here today.
Keating behind the net, gets it to Gibbons, takes a shot, he scores! The first goal of the game, just a little over a minute in, and it's Finn Gibbons.
Finn Gibbons right there, only 7 or 8 yards out. You give him that much time and space from that distance, he's going to be able to score. A strong left hand shot, bounces it right past the goalie. You'll see it right here, a little change of direction from X. Look inside, that's maybe 7 yards. Good shot, hard bounce shot.
11th goal on the season for Finn Gibbons. Now with 20 points on the year in 7 games. We're now 8.
So Henry Weld probably hasn't faced 3 shots in the first minute or 2 of a game in a long time. Gives up one right there.
Here comes Duxbury with their first possession of the game.
Again, you'll see Garden City, they play man-to-man as well. Similar offenses and defenses here, Mark. Garden City will play a man-to-man and test the players. And they like to go at matchups. Again, you'll see Duxbury, same as Garden City at the other end. They'll extend you out and look in.
As Quinn Schomp controls right now, he's got 6 points on the season. Mamarin, one of their captains, will go towards the net, try to find some room, can't, backs up.
You can see the strength on Mamarin right there. He's able to defend his stick well when the ball is in it.
Duxbury will work it all the way back, trying to get back in near towards the net. Gans takes a couple steps in, backs it up. Ball on the ground, and Garden City will be victorious on that ground ball. Bacafolo had it for a second, now Duxbury takes it back.
Duxbury fortunate to get that ball back. They want to keep possession, but at the end of these long possessions, Mark, they'd certainly like to get some scoring opportunities. You see Garden City slides very well off this man-to-man. They slide from adjacents rather than from across or comas. From the crease, they slide adjacents right there, at least with the ball on the outside.
Wood behind the cage. Burst of speed towards the right side. He's forced to pass it away. Matt Gill.
Matt Gill challenging the short stick.
Marin had a little bit of room for a second, couldn't get a shot off, backs up.
Nice possession here.
Very patient offense so far for Duxbury.
I think that's what you're going to see both ends here today, Mark. Both teams are very fundamentally sound offensively, and they will challenge you 1v1, look for the slides and make the pass.
Shot there by Schomp, but it's wide left of the net.
It was not a real good take on that shot. He lost his angle and shot to the back of the cage.
Here comes Garden City trying to add to their 1-0 lead. And they have a successful clear there. Gibbons had the goal earlier. He has the ball now.
This will be Garden City's second possession of the very early going in this game. And again, you'll see them extend the man-to-man defense out, look for their matchups, then get it behind and look inside. They'll dodge from those lanes also, Mark, up top.
Towards the right side, it's Coughlin.
Look how far they extend this field. They're almost using the whole half of the field. Very hard to slide in a man-to-man defense when you're extended out like that.
Garden City content to just pass the ball around the perimeter right now.
Then they'll go to their set. Now they'll look inside. Not there, they'll put it behind the X.
They'll go to X. It's Basile. In front, Yeboah Cody, a shot is wide left of the net, but Garden City will keep it.
Again, you see Basile coming around the left side, and he looks just where that slide came into man-to-man, and Jason shot.
And that time a shot, it's Atkinson. He scores his 7th of the season. GC is up by 2.
Yeah, a little bit overload there on a slide. Again, you give Garden City any kind of room up top, 7 yards or less out, there's a good chance they're going to put a good shot on that cage. You'll see it right here. Ball behind, and right there. That's almost a carbon copy of where the last goal was scored from. 7 yards out from the left side of the cage.
Again, the 7th of the season for Jamie Atkinson. Garden City takes a 2-0 lead early on. Another face-off will be won by Garden City, at least briefly. Now it's popped out of bounds, and we'll see what they rule. And it will stay, looks like, with Garden City.
Jamie Atkinson on that last goal. Princeton-bound athlete. Obviously, a very high IQ and a very high level of IQ, lacrosse IQ. He knows how to get open. He knows when he's free. He'll test you, ask for the ball, and put it away.
Controlling it now is Gibbons. He already has a goal today, and they'll work around the perimeter again, will Garden City. It looks like that's going to be their offense today.
Oh, yeah. Forte. That's their forte.
4 out of the 5 shots so far today have gone to Garden City. Just 1 for Duxbury, and it wasn't really what you'd call a scoring chance. It hit the side of the net.
No, it wasn't a great take. They would have liked to have had a better shot than that last one they took. Especially at the end of a great possession. Garden City loses the handle on that ball. Duxbury picks it up.
Little physical play there. And a scrum in the middle. Ball still loose.
Get a loose ball push. Gonna go, oh, timeout.
Yeah, good job by head coach Chris Sweet getting the timeout there. Most likely keeping possession for his squad.
It was a possession timeout. Real good call, as you said, Mark. Good timeout by Coach Sweet. As soon as the Garden City player picked it up, he knew he was in trouble. He called a timeout. Possessions are key today.
Let's look at what the Trojans have done thus far. 6-1 on the year, 4-0 in conference. They score over 10 goals per game. They allow under 4 per game. Their last one, they defeated Long Beach 15-4. So this offense has been powerful all year.
Offense is powerful, so is their defense. I mean, that's very impressive. I mean, they could score in bunches, but let's give their defense a little credit as well. They played a strong Smithtown West team from Suffolk County, perennial powerhouse out in Suffolk County. They kept them to 1 goal. They held them scoreless in the last 3 quarters. So obviously, besides their great offense, they have something going defensively.
The old adage in sports is that defense wins championships, and good offense helps as well, as they have both of those things so far this year.
Or as they say in college in scholarship situations, you could buy offense. You have to buy offense. You could coach the defense.
It's true. And a lot of these players from both sides will be going to college. We'll get to that later in the broadcast. Already signed scholarships on both sides.
Key decision by the NCAA in recent, well, yesterday actually, in the recruitment process. We'll talk a little bit about that and what it means and what occurred yesterday and the enforcement of the rule. I think it's excellent, but
and we have to correct ourselves here. It looked like originally that Duxbury called the timeout to keep possession, but no, Garden City did just that. So a smart move nonetheless. It was a smart move by a different team than we originally thought.
Yeah, Duxbury right now thinking maybe the officials might be a little bit home advantage, but I kind of thought so from up here in the booth. I was like, I thought it was the other possession, but who knows? The officials were right there.
So again, Garden City will start the offense slow and meticulous until they find the right shot.
I talked to Jimmy Casper, the coach of Long Beach, after his loss, the night after his loss, and I said, what do you think about, and obviously it's a tough question to ask, what do you think about Garden City? And he says, they're good. I said, can you give me any more than that? He says, they're very good. They're very basic, but in that, or that being said, they're basic, but they're fundamentally very, very sound. Good save.
Very nice save there by Henry Weld, getting the stick out towards his right side. He hasn't been tested much. They've only given up 11 goals all season in 3 games. They've scored about 58.
Yeah, and of those 11 goals, Duxbury's offsides. Unfortunate for Duxbury on that possession.
So again, Garden City will set up the offense, and Henry Weld will see if he gets tested again. We're mentioning he hasn't been tested very much early in this season.
That was a substitute offsides. The player came in on the wrong side of the 50-yard line and a half line. He should have checked to see that the defender was not over. Toughest job in coaching. Oh, what a shot.
Luke Keating, a spin-around shot, and he scores. Garden City, a 3-0 advantage.
That's a classic question mark dodge, where you go up along goal line extended, you get above goal line extended, you're overplayed by the defender to your stick side. You'll see it right here. You'll see as he comes around to X, he gets above GLE, defender overplays his stick hand, turns to the outside and shoots it high and over the shoulder of Weld.
Just a pretty move by Luke Keating for his 8th goal this year.
It's a question, again, back to basics. That's one of the first or second dodges you teach young players. Roll dodges from attack, coming from behind. Roll dodges, change of direction, and then that question mark. Very tough to defend, especially when you have a short stick on you like he did. Face-offs once again. What do we have here? We have 3 for Garden City, 0 for Duxbury. So I'm sorry, 2-2. So, speaking to Coach Sweet before the game, and I asked him about the face-offs, he said if we could go 50% today on face-offs, we'll be good.
Jack Wood controlling it at X. For Duxbury right now as they try to work the offense.
Challenging the short stick from behind. Again, in a man-to-man defense, you want to take advantage of those opportunities. You have 4 long sticks on the field. Challenge the short sticks when in man-to-man. Right there, nice slide, nice switch by Garden City.
Marin just trying to find some sort of room here.
Oh, good look across.
Nice pass, but a shot will go wide.
So Duxbury would like to get something going here, not let it get to 4-0. They'd like to go 3-1 right here and get something going offensively.
Has to bring it all the way out. They really can't get any penetration so far. That's been the big problem.
Yeah, the key in any offense, especially against a man-to-man, one guy cannot be dodging and the other 5 guys watching what you see right there. We're watching one guy dodge, 5 guys standing still. You have to have all 6, or at least 5 of your 6 guys moving when the ball is in your offensive stick. Again, here, one-on-one, 5 guys watching. That'll never work because you just get the slides. You'll see it there. Good slide across.
Almost lost by Duxbury. They get it back.
A heads-up play on that rebound off a stick. You'll see it there. You're going to challenge 1v1, but where are the other 5 offensive players in this routine? He had one cut opposite there. That was it. Checked away.
A takeaway here by Garden City, and a nice play there by Mueller covering the ball up as it got way too close to Comfort or to his cage.
Good clear here by Garden City.
Colin Hart with the clear there. Now Sean Coughlin will start the offense.
Very well coached team here, Garden City. You can see it just alone on substitutions, how tentative they are to get their offensive players on the field and in key positions. 57 seconds left to go. Garden City will probably take a shot within 10 seconds. You don't want to leave a lot of time on the clock. Goalie makes a save with 40 seconds left to go, puts it down on a fast break. You want to leave 10 seconds left. And they got a nice matchup here with a short set on Muldoon. Muldoon coming into the season, or coming into this, finishing the season so far with 2 goals and 3 assists. You got to keep it in now. Garden City's going to have to keep it in the box, but that's not a problem here with 19 seconds left to go.
Just wasting time at this point. Now Muldoon will start to get something going. Gibbons, right side of the cage, puts a shot on wide right of the net. And the race is on for possession. Duxbury gets it.
So they took the shot within 10 seconds, leaving 6.5 on the clock. Duxbury will have to push it here real quick.
It doesn't look like they'll get anything off in time, as that's how the first quarter will end. Garden City, a flurry of opportunities. Duxbury with just 1 shot so far. They haven't really been able to get the offense going. So at the end of 12 minutes of play, it's Garden City 3 and Duxbury 0. We'll be back with the second quarter next on Verizon Fios 1 Sports. Welcome back to Garden City High School. The home team, the Trojans, has a 3-0 lead over Duxbury from Massachusetts in a non-league game. Let's take a look at how this team from Massachusetts has done so far this year. 3-0, they've scored 58 goals. They've only allowed 11. Their last win against Pembroke, 22-2. So they have done quite well on both sides of the ball so far this year.
Again, Coach Sweet, he schedules these games for a reason. Coming out of here with a win, that's key. But if they come out of here with a loss, they're going to learn from this experience. They're going to go back. They're going to look at this game. They're going to see, hey, listen, what we get away with when we face some of these other teams in our conference, we can't get away with as we go through the season towards the end and we start to play in the state championships. We have to play better offensively. You know, when you score that many goals, you rest on your laurels. You challenge defenses, especially man-to-man defenses, one-on-one. You get away with it, but you need to get everybody involved against a good team.
Duxbury has been a good team in their state of Massachusetts. They've won 9 state titles since the year of 2002. Last year losing in the quarterfinals to Catholic Memorial. So a team that is battle-tested in their own state, trying to go to another state to test a powerhouse in New York of Garden City. They win the face-off to start the second quarter.
I had not heard of Duxbury when I was coaching at Sachem for many years. I had not heard of Coach Duxbury. Didn't know where it was until I was asked to coach the first Under Armour game in '06 with Joe Cuso, legendary coach Joe Cuso from Ward Melville, and Bobby Macaluso from Northport. The three of us coached the first Under Armour game, and one of the players was from Duxbury, Max Quinzani, who went on and did great things at Hopkins. But I remember calling up Coach Sweet to ask him get some information on Max, because I wanted to formulate the offense we're using and get some information on that. And I said, is he a lefty or righty? And he says, tell you the truth, I don't know. And I'm thinking, nah, not possible. Well, first practice, I couldn't tell if he was a lefty or righty. So they've had some great players, continue to have some great players. This is a very good program, and I'm sure they'll adjust as the game gets going. Inside look there, just dropped.
That was dropped by Jamie Atkinson, looking for his second of the game.
He was right on the doorstep, unlike Atkinson to drop the ball right there. Basically stepped down, got the pass inside as he did on his prior goal, but just lost the handle on it.
Another timeout going to be called here by Garden City, that time on a loose ball. So again, Coach Steve Fennell doing a good job calling those timeouts when he can keep possession of the ball. And they have had quite the success under Fennell. You look at that record, an .817 winning percentage. State B champs in 12 and 13. 4 Long Island championships and 8 Nassau B titles. They have really made this program great under Steve Fennell.
Yeah, Coach Fennell does a great job. He's a wonderful gentleman, an ambassador of the game of lacrosse. College coaches love to call him. He doesn't lie to anybody. He doesn't do it with smoke and mirrors. He tells you how it is. If he's got a player that can play in a Division 1, 2, or 3, he'll tell you right off the bat what their abilities are, what their weaknesses are. Great guy.
Clearly a great coach as well, and it takes a great guy to be a great coach. Yeah.
I'm like old home week here. I look across the field, see Tom Flatley, the great Tom Flatley. Known him forever. He's also a football coach here, longtime football coach here, and also coached Long Island Lacrosse Club back then. He still coaches the JV lacrosse team here. Doc Doherty, former coach here at Garden City in attendance. We are in Jake White, in the booth. Jake White, many years, great guy. Passed away a few years ago. Jake White was one of those guys in lacrosse that everybody loved, and his memory still exists here. Garden City's got great tradition.
Back underway. 3-0 Garden City has the lead, just 2 minutes into this second quarter of play. Again, they'll work the ball around the perimeter.
Perimeter extend, dodge down the lane, and then try to throw it in or attempt to throw it inside as they extend you out. Here you go. You'll get the dodge down the lane. If it's there, take a shot or look inside. Duxbury able to cut it off. I think Henry Weld, the goaltender, was able to knock that pass down. Heads up play by Weld.
I think they were trying to get that to Bazile.
Yeah, backdoor pass. Good look, just didn't get it there.
Now the goalie will come all the way out with it.
Duxbury confused on his clear. Garden City, yeah, too much time. Garden City in a very deep zone ride, and if you're not ready for that, that can mess you up. Your tendency is you'll run out of time to clear the ball, the 20 seconds to get it over, or you'll go off sides. And that occurred both times. I mean, first time it was offsides, and that time, 20 seconds that occurred. I'm not sure if they get the timeout prior to it. This happened last time the whistle was blown. We're not sure if Duxbury got the timeout before the too much time ran out, or they're going to award it to Garden City. We'll see when they come out.
Yeah, we'll definitely see that in a second. We'll take a look at Duxbury while we wait to sort this out after the timeout. Duxbury, as we've mentioned, they have been good under head coach Chris Sweet. 11-8 last year is a down year for them. 19-4 the 2 years before that, and a Massachusetts finalist in their Division I conference.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that's good or borderline superb. That's outstanding.
We mentioned it. 9 state titles since '02, but they haven't been able to crack through yet today, as the offense has just had one shot.
we still got a long game ahead of us. Give them credit; they've only allowed up to this point 3 goals, and it could be 5 or 6 when you go by possession time that Garden City has had and the success they've had on faceoffs and ground balls. So if they can make adjustments here and get something going offensively, this still can turn into a very, very competitive game. It is. There you go. They got the timeout prior to the time elapsing. So they'll get another opportunity to clear here. They'll get another 20 seconds as well.
It's a big opportunity for Duxbury to try and get it across midfield, and they do. So a successful clearing attempt there after the timeout. And the Dragons will start the offense. Schomp will start it up.
Now you're starting to see some more movement on the offense. Even before they start to dodge, you'll see it right now. There's a lot more movement on this possession than they've had in any other possession.
Bergstrom trying to spark it. He's at X.
Look at this. Much different, but throws it away.
And it will be awarded to Garden City. And that was Riley Bergstrom, one of their leading scorers, or their leading scorer, 17 points, giving it away.
Yeah, that over the top pass, especially against the man-to-man, is really it really doesn't work well. Sometimes you may want to do that against a very sloughing zone where you throw it over the top, take your chance on that. But in that situation, I'm not sure if that was necessary.
Now Basile holds it.
You know, not many high schools travel and this distance on a bus and stay overnight in a hotel. I mean, colleges, you know, they're used to that. The kids are more mature. They do it all the time. But, you know, it's a big adjustment to travel 300 miles the night before. So they still might have bus legs. Oh, nice move right off the
Heating
pipe.
off the post.
He's in the crease, going to go Duxbury.
He made that nice move before. That question mark dodge.
Again, right there, he's got him hung up at X. Great choice coming around. Just hits the iron. And then steps in the goal. Big crease.
Now Duxbury, another big opportunity here. Matt Gill will control. Only 2 shots thus far for Duxbury, so trying to change that. 8 for Garden City thus far.
Dodge from the lane, look inside. He's going to take a shot, just wide.
Just wide on the shot there, Mamarin. As he couldn't find the net, but it is kept by Duxbury. Now here they go. Another shot for them, so at least they put something on the board, but unfortunately not a goal just yet. They're down by 3, trying to cut the lead.
You see Garden City's defense. They're not trying to take the ball away in this man-to-man defense. They're just trying to play position. Limit your touch, limit your angle. Right there, case in point, just wall them down the side. Have faith in your goalie to make the save from a poor angle.
Marin there with that shot opportunity, but a good save made, and it will be Garden City possession again. So Duxbury in the last couple of minutes has had possessions, but they have nothing to show for it.
Duxbury is going to have to start trying to look inside, get that rotating offense going.
Now Keating again at X.
You got to get a little, you know, man-to-man. They got to try some things at this point. A little 2-man game where you're picking.
Gibbons controls up top, but he does have that 1 goal so far this game, excuse me.
Gibbons is inverting. He's taking a short stick behind. Again, man-to-man, you can do these things.
Patiently waiting for his opportunity, waiting for someone to either get open or for himself to make that move towards the net. Here comes the move.
Amaron very strong. Good defensively right there.
It's Coughlin. Coughlin with 21 points so far this year. Takes it wide.
Again, you can see they're going to challenge short sticks all day and then look inside.
Coughlin towards the front
There
of the
it
net.
is.
Finds Gibbons.
Good slide.
Can't get the shot off. Yeboah Cody now. He'll back off. McManus. Now behind the net again. They go for Keating. Spin move. Yeboah Cody.
Boy, they transfer the ball from one player to the next. It's effortless. It's just great stick skills. They're very confident in their passing.
They will not shoot until they like the angle they have or like the opportunity.
Put a fresh player in offensively. Bazile comes in.
Goes towards the net. Strong man-to-man defense here by Duxbury. Not really giving them much room, at least on this possession. Steinbach.
Clean game so far. 4:07 left in the half. We haven't seen a penalty yet. The officials are keeping that yellow handkerchief in their back pocket, which is a good thing.
It's the way coaches like it. Seal, now Yeboah Cody, he gets checked.
He was turning.
Seal again. Long possession here for Garden City.
Yeah, Garden City will dodge lane. If they don't have a shot, they'll exit.
Yeboah Cody,
Great
that time a
save.
shot. Nice save.
There's, as we speak, there's the flag.
Yep. As soon as we say it, a flag's going to be called. But first, the save by Henry Weld on that long shot by Yeboah Cody.
Well, Henry Weld, as he's starting to see the player shoot the ball or make a motion of a shot, starts to step to the ball. He attacks the ball. He doesn't let the ball attack him. Great save. I think we have a cross-check 1 minute.
We'll go on Joe Gooley. So the first EMO of the game for Garden City. Let's see if they can capitalize and make it a 4-0 lead, and it's a big kill here for Duxbury.
GC will start at 2-3-1, and then a shot from behind.
That shot was
front row.
wide from Gibbons. Or a stall warning as well.
Yeah, that carries over into your penalty situation. So if the ball comes out of the box, Duxbury will get possession. I don't think that's the concern right now. The concern is not to let him get an open man for a shot here on 6v5. They're staying in the 2-3-1.
A lot of movement, a shot over the net. Steinbach just a couple feet down and he would have scored.
Steinbach put a little heat on that. Good overhand hard shot. Just went high.
Seal, now back to Steinbach. Move it around. Up top, Atkinson. They go down low for Coughlin. Lost it for a second, picks it back up. Now Basile.
Look to Keating in the
front,
there
a shot
it is.
and a goal.
As I was just saying, look to Keating on the crease. As I'm saying it, there it was. When you start taking those shots from the outside, you're going to, believe it or not, sooner or later, you're going to be open right there. You'll see it here. Last 3 shots on this extra man, they took it inside. I'm watching Keating. Keating was getting open on the last 2 cuts. He just slid to an open space, and they found him.
Can't stop it when the play is drawn up that well. For Keating, his second today, 9th goal of the season. And Garden City's up 4-0. They score that one on the EMO, so they go to 1 for 1 on the extra man opportunity. That'll be 2 assists as well for J.P. Basile.
J.P. Basile, we had said it earlier prior to the game that he has ability to score, but he has the great ability to assist. Great eyes.
Loose ball now, bunch of players fighting for it. Looks like Garden City picked it up. That's Gibbons. For Garden City, Ricky, you content to just kind of play out the clock at this point with a 4-0 lead, get to half?
Absolutely not. You want to go after, you want to play that game with full intensity, full throttle as you go along. I mean, at some point, the fourth quarter, if they they're way ahead, that might be a different situation. But this early in the game, you're just going to do the things you do best. Case in point, right there, you get an open shot, you take it.
Atkinson was wide on that one.
They don't schedule each other to be nice. They schedule each other to get better. Each team, whether you win or lose, they schedule each other. These two coaches schedule each other to make each other better going towards the playoffs in May. Good slide there by Duxbury and a good recovery slide.
Gibbons controls that X, gives it off to McManus. And they'll go around the perimeter one more time.
Again, dodge from the lane. If the shot's not there, they'll dish it off to X and then look inside. One of the few bad passes I've seen Garden City make today.
And Duxbury will get it.
Duxbury will get it with 1:19 going into half. This would be a very, very important or key possession here. If they can score, this would be great for them.
Change the game completely if Duxbury could score.
Absolutely. Always going into the locker room at halftime, but on a positive note, is always key. Timeout right there by Duxbury. Good timeout. Take their last timeout. Can't bring those timeouts into your locker room. Can't save them for the next half. Take it now. Gain your composure. Set up your offense. Set up a scoring opportunity here, and hopefully they can put it in.
They'll have 1:06 to try and score a goal before the time expires on the second quarter and the first half. Going into the locker room, down by only 3 instead of 4, that would give you a little momentum going into the second half and say, you know what, we can play with these guys. We can score a goal against them.
Yeah, sometimes you just need that little spark to start a flame, you know? The old saying. You want to be able to go in and speak to your team. Coach wants to go able to speak to your team and give them some positive stuff, which you'll find. I mean, they're doing positive things. But as far as offense is concerned, if they could go in with a goal in their pocket, that much better.
We know they can score. They've done it 58 times in 3 games. Mark Weiner and Rick Mercurio here with you at Garden City High School. It's the Duxbury Dragons from Massachusetts against the Garden City Trojans on Verizon Fios 1 Sports. It's been a fun one so far, but it's been all Garden City. 4-0. Just a minute and change left in the first half of play. Garden City comes in 6-1 on the season. Duxbury comes in 3-0. They just took a timeout after a change of possession. Did Duxbury. J.P. Pazil, point leaders, is the leader in points, and he's also joined by Coughlin, Gibbons, and Keating up there. 3 players and 20 points. Keating just behind them at 17, but he's got a couple today so far.
Pazil is in the top 10 scorers in Nassau County. So he's doing a real good job up to this point in the season.
So we're back underway.
Under a minute. Duxbury possession. See if they can get something going here. Again, important to, in a man-to-man especially, on any defense, but especially in a man-to-man, make you dodge, but the other 5 guys have to be moving. Good inside roll. Great shot.
Oh,
wiped off. He was in the crease.
So Matt Gill with the nice move there in front, but couldn't get the shot off legally, at least. He was in the crease, and that was Duxbury's opportunity. That's the closest they've come so far to scoring.
Well, he's got to go back to that dodge and just allow himself a little bit more room. Defender did a nice job by not allowing him that inside roll cleanly, force him in. Well, we'll see another replay of that prior to the break here at halftime.
Garden City's got to work fast if they want to score something with under 10 seconds now to play. A shot put on wide left of the net.
That was a worm burner, just low and away.
Sean Coughlin with that one. They'll have 2.7 on the clock once the whistle blows. Let's see if they can get anything off. They put it in front. A shot. It goes in. Let's see if they count it. They do. Yep. That was Jamie Atkinson at the buzzer. And Garden City goes into the locker room up 5-0.
I'll tell you what, it's like deja vu. Jamie Atkinson just steps down 7 yards left side and puts the same shot in he's done before. Well, let's take a look at the goal that was disallowed for Duxbury. You'll see right here, inside roll, but Well, that was close. Could have been. That's. Then you'll see right here, step down by Atkinson. Gets the ball right on the stick and throws it in.
So a big swing of events here in the last 30 seconds of the first half. First a disallowed goal, then an allowed goal as time expired for Garden City. At the half, between Garden City and Duxbury, the Trojans have a 5-0 lead. We'll be back with stats, highlights, and analysis of the first half and the second half next on Verizon Fios 1 Sports. Back here at Garden City High School, the home team with a 5-0 lead as we head to the third quarter of action. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Well, you'll see how well balanced Garden City is. Luke Keating coming around, question mark shot right here. You'll see the dodge from outside. Step down by Keating once again. Great shooters on this Garden City team right here. Dodging the lane, Jamie Atkinson dodging the lane. Great save here by Weld. And right here, an opportunity. Hits goalie in the chest. Right here, you see, I'll tell you what, Matt Gill puts a great inside roll on there. Atkinson again, and big swing, big momentum swing there at the end or right before the half, where Matt Gill takes an inside roll. Looked like Tyler Wooch either pushed him or it was a goal, but the goal was not allowed. You know, that's the toughest call by the officials. They'll tell you, in and around that goal. 6 to 1, half dozen the other. Could be a push, could be a hold, could be in the crease, could be diving in the crease.
Let's take a look at the stats from that first half. The shots well in favor of Garden City, 15-4, and shots on goal 7-1 as well. 2 saves for Duxbury and just 1 for Garden City. Faceoffs 4-2. Ground balls 1 by Garden City, 10-5. In the EMO, it was 1-for-1 for Garden City, none yet for Duxbury. Let's revisit our original keys to the game with Rick.
Again, Duxbury wanted to control the ball. They've done that at times, but they have not ended that control or that possession with goals. Continue offensive success? Well, not right now. They've got to get something going. Garden City dominating on the faceoffs? Yes, they are. 2-4. Not dominating, but very well done. Challenging Weld? Well, they're having some real good success on their shots so far. They've taken 15 shots, put in 5 goals, so they're challenging Weld at this time.
Go back down to midfield. Second half face-off about to take place. As the opening face-off is won by Duxbury. A big move here to start the second half. That was Finn Gibbons, or excuse me, Zach Prime.
Yeah, Prime did a nice job on that face-off. Anticipated that whistle well, clamped down, pushed that ball out ahead of him. Nice job on the face-off. Good start for Duxbury.
Duxbury can get on the board after that disallowed goal. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. And it was Matt Gill trying to go to the net, and it looked like he was in the crease, or at least that's what the official ruled, and it was a no goal. Then Garden City went on to score with just no time left on the clock. As time expired, as a shot here and a save by Mueller.
That might be one of 2 real good saves by Mueller here today.
Made one up to that point. The second one just as big.
It was a quality save. Oh, touchdown.
A shot and another save there, that time by Weld. He's been solid for Duxbury. It could be a lot worse than it is right now for the team from Massachusetts.
Henry Weld playing well right now. You know, if they can keep those 7-yard shots off of those step-down moves by Garden City, give Weld a chance. Once he's let in, really weren't his fault. Couldn't do much about him. Not against a good shooting team from where they were shooting.
Forced turnover there by Garden City, so they get the ball back. Granville had it and did the clear. Now Basile behind the net.
Garden City making their offensive substitutions.
Jamie Atkinson now. And Keating, who scored that goal in the last second of the first half.
Again, very patient here. They don't look at the score. They don't look at the clock. They just run their offense. Everyone gets a touch before they do anything, and they'll extend out here to the opposite side of the ball and then dodge down the lane. You'll see Trevor dodge the lane. If he has nothing, he'll pass it back to X, and then they'll look inside right here. And he was open.
He was open, but he couldn't handle the pass, and it goes all the way back towards midfield.
Threw that into Coughlin, and just the pass went errant.
Keating had a bit of room, but elects to pass it to Coughlin. Gibbons.
Coughlin, I mispronounced that name. Thank you, Coughlin.
Anytime. Once in a while I get a name.
Sean, I apologize.
A shot there, and it's wide right of the net by Gibbons.
Sid Gibbons using his size on that, protecting that stick, rotating his hips, gets a lot of torque on his shots.
He just stops in place, gives back to Gibbons. And a turnover here. Duxbury will take the ball and going streaking down the field with a successful clear.
Look inside here. Here it is. Bad pass.
And it'll be taken back by Garden City. They just couldn't get a hold on it. It was Gooley in front of the net. Quick outlet here by Garden City.
Which did a nice job. Which did a nice job on that clear. Mishandled the ball, was able to get it back. Again, Garden City on their offensive possessions, they will make their substitutions, bring on the personnel they want to run their offense, and take their time in doing so. It's basic, but it's basically great offense.
See what they can set up this time. Again, Garden City up 5-0, trying to extend that. Duxbury has had a couple of possessions in the second half, but no goals to show for it.
So now they're giving you a little bit different look out here. We're putting more, 2 or 3 players on the crease and then dodging from up top. And that was a good shot and a great save.
Even better save, you're right there, by Weld.
A little shuffling going on there. Let's see which way the ball's going to go. Going to go Garden City's way. A little push from behind, loose ball push. See right here, dodge from up top. Good shot, great save.
Good job by the Duxbury defense getting there. That one off the post. Basile with that shot attempt.
Cage is still shaking.
Weld will smartly pick it up and just hold it for a second.
Well, did a nice job dodging there. Oh.
Bad pass. And Duxbury just keeps shooting themselves in the foot here with passes.
Yeah.
They're too far or not on the mark.
A little tense maybe. You gotta play a little bit looser. That'll come. Obviously, if they get a couple of goals, they'll loosen up a little bit. But at this point right now, they're looking for something to happen. Positive for them. And when you're used to scoring 19 goals per game, and you're looking at that scoreboard, and it is showing that 0 coming out of half, must be a little bit of unsettling feeling for these young people, young players on the field.
Average definitely will go down after this game, barring some sort of explosion by the offense. Garden City almost losing it. That was
Gonna get another loose ball push by Duxbury.
Garden City will keep it.
Yeah, that's 2 loose ball pushes from behind. Duxbury's got to figure it out that the big numbers are on the back and the little numbers are on the front.
Shot well high of the net. Looked like it was deflected somewhere in front. And Garden City controls again. It's Gibbons.
A little bit different look here offensively for Garden City, where they went perimeter dodge from lanes. Now they dodge it from up top. I call that Z. You know, everybody knows X from behind. I extended up to Z towards the midfield line, about the 40-yard line. Good place to dodge from.
Gibbons, a long shot, bounces and scores.
Yeah, a little rotation of the hip right there. You can see the torque. We talked about the torque on the shot. You'll see it right here. Finn Gibbons come right across the cage. When you come across the cage, you have a lot to shoot at right here. Watch him torque his hips. He hides that ball behind his head. Very hard to pick up. The goalie has a very tough time when that ball is behind your head. You torque your hips into it. A lot of power on that shot, but also great placement as well.
Second goal of the game. He also scored the opener of this one. Now he has 12 on the season for Finn Gibbons. He's been a focal part of their offense so far today and much of this season as well. 6-1 in shots for Garden City in just this quarter.
Another good face-off by Zach Prime. He's 2 for 2 in his half.
Definitely a step in the positive direction for Duxbury. Let's see if they can get on the scoreboard here. Go to Wood. Now up top, Merritt. Moving the ball around a bit is Duxbury. Marin.
Garden City defense communicating very well, communicating from one defender to the other about picks left, slides, etc.
Almost losing it. Now Gans will control it.
Again, Duxbury looks a little tentative offensively at times. I don't think they've faced a defense this formidable at this point, so a little bit of confusion out there, I think, offensively. Again, they're going to challenge here. They're going to need to have somebody. Okay, we'll go a little bit two-man game. Nope.
Shop will bring it in towards the net. Goes towards X.
There's a look, step down right there.
Shot doesn't even get to the net. Now another turnaround shot, but they're going to blow the whistle. A player is down for Garden City. That shot hit him square.
The coaches make sure and their staff make sure he's okay. That shot hit him pretty hard.
Tyler Rookt is down on the field right now.
Tyler Wook was there on the receiving end of this hard shot that went errant. See right here, step down, put himself in that position. That shot just hit him. Seems to be okay. That's a good sign. They're going to have to take him off the field, though. Once your coaches come out there to attend to you, you got to come off the field at least. Let's look at this again. I'm not so sure. Was the ball that hit him? Got checked
before that. Nonetheless,
it hurt.
He's okay. It hurt, and he looks to be okay.
Yeah, that's the important
part.
thing. Yep, absolutely.
So we'll get things going again in the third quarter. Under 3:30 to play now.
Wind is starting to pick up here a little bit.
It's been a windy day all day today. As we begin the summer weather, but now a little cold.
Great look on this Garden City field, displaying those American flags. It's a great look. I think that's the Garden City Boosters Club or Cross Club. I saw them earlier putting those up. A great parent support, community support, administration support around here. It's a community effort. I mean, you know, when you see great programs, it's not just any individual reason. Oh, we get an opportunity here. No.
Goes wide. That time the shot by Charlie Gans.
It's got to be youth program. It's got to be your administration in your school district. It's got to be support by your parents. Whole community has to get involved.
And that's what happens in this area all over Long Island. You see programs like this. And this program has taken the ball away this time, as Duxbury couldn't get anything going once again.
Now, we spoke a little bit about the decision by the NCAA. The NCAA, look down, here's another step down pass.
And just wide, Yeboah Cody, wide left of the net.
The NCAA made a decision last night, night before, on a proposal effective April 26th, that the early recruiting is finished, at least for now, which means that coaches are prohibited from communicating with athletes until September 1st of their junior year. This commitment by 8th graders and 9th graders and 10th graders is basically over, and hopefully the NCAA will enforce that policy or new rule. Long time coming. I think it's best for athletes. I think it's best for communities. Certainly, it's a good thing for coaches as well. Take the pressure off of these young players. Let them play. Let them enjoy playing.
Let them be kids.
Yeah, how do you decide on going to Yale or Harvard or Duke or Rutgers when you're in 9th grade? You don't even know what a major means.
Another goal there, that time by J.P. Basile. His 11th on the season. It goes to 7-0 for Garden City.
You know, you live by the sword, you die by it, and Duxbury has a man-to-man defense, and that might be their only package. You'll see it right here. He just comes around, takes a hard shot. And, you know, case in point, you know, if your defense is not working in man-to-man, you have to have plan B. Well, you should have plan B. No, it's very hard to do in high school because of the limited amount of time you practice and you have your players. But, you know, when you're playing man-to-man, you have 6 great sticks. You're facing 6 great sticks and shooters. It's going to be almost impossible to keep them under control. At those times, you might have to, just to switch it up, go into a zone.
Another quick shot and another goal. Sean Coughlin. And it's getting out of hand. It's 8-0 Garden City. Immediately off the faceoff, they score again.
Duxbury may need to call a timeout soon just to slow it down a little bit. See it right here. Off the face-off. Picked up by Garden City. Simple pass, tried to go for the ball. He was caught between a rock and a hard stone. He was trying to stop the fast break. And as he slid, heads-up play by Steinbach. Made the pass.
18 on the season now for Coughlin. Those 2 goals just 7 seconds apart. Almost another face-off win that time for Garden City, but it's picked up by Duxbury. Streaking down the field is Duggan. He tried to go for it himself, one of the long sticks. He loses it, though. An errant pass will go across the field. Almost picked up, but out of play. Duxbury will take over.
Yeah, John Ataya, one of their key defenders, Duxbury's key defenders, had a nice opportunity. He picked it up, cleared it. Unfortunately, he's trying to do too much. Should have passed it out to a break-in attackman or a midi. Nonetheless, Duxbury has possession again. With 32 seconds left to go, he'd like to get a shot off here.
At the least a shot. They'd like to get a goal.
Yeah, that too. He just man-to-man. Okay, step down.
And it didn't work.
Just wide.
There was Schomp on the shot attempt. It looked like Wood was right in front of the net. He didn't want to shoot. I guess after the first crease violation, you don't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
And they've got under 10 seconds left to try and make something happen.
Here's good
Here's
ball
Schomp
movement
again.
there. Oh.
Has a little room, puts a shot on wide left.
Oh, a little dodge, redodge there.
0.3 seconds left.
Best opportunity he had. Look inside.
And they won't have an opportunity that time. So at the end of 3 quarters, Duxbury was threatening. At the last 30 seconds there, they had some opportunities, but they couldn't hit Twine. And they haven't been able to all day. This non-league matchup has been all Garden City. The home team is up 8-0 after 3 quarters. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter of play next on Verizon Fios 1 Sports. Back for the fourth quarter of play, Garden City 8-0 over Duxbury. Mark Wiener, Rick Mercurio here with you on Verizon Fios 1 Sports. And Rick, Garden City has been, dominant on defense this whole time. Duxbury averaging 19 goals per game. They're scoreless so far as we head to the fourth quarter. You got to give credit to Garden City here.
Absolutely. We give a lot. We talk a lot about offense. Be that as it may, Garden City's playing really tenacious defense. You see that they're playing man-to-man, and they're not trying to take away the ball. They play position. You'll see it here. They play position well. They slide well. And they're not giving up great shots. The shots they're giving, most of the shots they're giving are from outside with bad angle.
And they're able to clear the ball very effectively at any time a shot's been taken. You have to give some credit to the goalie, Eric Muller, as well. He had 28 saves coming in to today's game. He's played well behind his fantastic defense.
We have another face-off player for Garden City, Justin Coppola, sophomore. I think it's the first time we've seen him face off today. Let's see how he does.
You might see some of the reserves come in for Garden City here in this fourth quarter with an 8-0 advantage.
Oh boy, they have a plethora. They have a plethora of face-off personnel, don't they?
They have a plethora of personnel, period.
Yeah.
As we said before the game, Garden City may not have a true star player, but they have a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a good team.
Both teams have a lot of great athletes out there today. You could judge a lot, or you could assess a lot of the athleticism by what your football teams do, your basketball teams do, and the fall and winter seasons. Both these teams had great football teams, and a lot of the players from those teams are on here. Case in point, Mamarin, Bobby Mamarin from Duxbury was a quarterback on the state championship team this year. Another shot.
Another goal there for Garden City. Finn Gibbons. One more time for him. And it's 9-0 in favor of Garden City.
They're always on the doorstep. They're taking those shots. I'm not so sure that Garden City has put any shots in that cage today that were outside of maybe 10 yards. Everything is in 10 yards and in. But as I was saying, Bobby Mamaron was the quarterback on the state championship team. He was the player of the year. And, Garden City has a lot of football players on. They won the Long Island championship this year. We don't have a state championship on Long Island. We just go to Long Island championships. In other places, in other parts of the country, they got state championships. But we stop at the Long Island championship. So both these teams had great football programs this year. And a lot of those players from those teams are playing out here today. They're getting another loose ball push here.
Finn Gibbons, a hat trick. So congratulations to him getting the hat trick in a 9-0 game. One of the big reasons that Garden City is up by so much.
Once again, getting back to why does a team like Duxbury make the 300-mile trip to come play a very, very strong team like Garden City? Well, the answer is they just played 3 games and they beat their opponents, by scoring an average of over 19 goals per game. They've got to learn to play against tough teams. Maybe the competition, a lot of the competition, I'm sure there's a lot of good competition as well up in Massachusetts, but some of the teams they're playing are, not going to help them improve. Duxbury is a small school, but they elect. They don't have to play in a Division I. They're playing in Division I. They elect to play in a Division I because they're a very strong program and want to be that way.
Just playing a team like Garden City is humbling them in a way.
We got a flag down here. Duxbury's going to go out for a penalty. Somebody's going to the bad boy box at the end of this play.
See if they can take advantage for now.
Again, a step down shot and a good save by Weld. How many times have they just gone to that step down shot from 7 yards out? Basically from the left side. Got to figure that out.
I have a penalty here. It'll be the second EMO opportunity for Garden City. It'll go on Taya.
See where the penalty is. Right in here. There's a little slash going on there. Not much, but they called it.
It'll be a 1-minute penalty. Duxbury does take possession. They'll try to clear it and waste some time here.
Garden City riding hard on Garden City's first extra man. They were able to score on that one. They threw it away in the first 5 seconds, but they'll get an opportunity to clear the ball and still have an extra man opportunity if they could get it back down on the offensive side.
Have about 30 seconds left in the EMO. Big collision there at midfield.
A little bada boom there. Luke Keating making that pass over the back to clear the ball.
To the happiness of the Garden City crowd. Nice crowd here.
I'll make a highlight reel. He was going down to the turf, kissed that green grass, and as he was doing that, he threw it over his back of his shoulder to clear the ball. Here we go. Bang!
Shot and a goal. Jamie Atkinson.
Boy, they just have the ability to see each other and just, you know, these kids play with each other since they're probably 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
They know exactly what each other is going to do. You'll see it right here. Again, a step down from 7 or 8 yards out. They see green in front of them. If they see green and they don't see an opposing jersey in front of them, they just step into that spot knowing they're going to get the pass with their hands free.
Another hat trick. This time it's Jamie Atkinson. He's brought his goal total up to 9 on the season.
There'll be a lot of hats given out in that locker room.
Theoretical hat trick, and nobody's throwing their hat here.
Oh.
It's a little too cold. You don't want to not have headgear. 10-0 Garden City. Just 8:30 to play.
I gotta get home and do my taxes. Isn't today's tax day?
Monday.
Oh, I think they extended it, right, because of the holidays?
I think so. Tuesday? We're hearing Tuesday. Mine were done weeks ago, so I'm okay. Garden City threatening one more time. And you can't say that Duxbury played poorly by any stretch. I think they were just overmatched.
We got another flag down here. A little frustration on Duxbury's part. I'm not so sure that was really a vicious cross-check. But, you know, the officials at 10-0, they want to protect the players. And I understand, you know, you don't want the game to get out of control. You don't want frustration to lead to injuries.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to say, hey, you know what, just play lacrosse, or you have to go sit in the bad boy box for a while.
Especially both teams with playoff hopes in their respective leagues.
Absolutely. Good job by the officiating crew today. They don't get enough credit. I never gave them any credit. Yeah, it's a tough job. You know, in Nassau, you see, they have 3 men. Now look at that. Keating was wide open on that crease once again. Nassau is going with a 3-man crew. In Suffolk County, they still only go with a 2-man crew. If they elect to go to 3rd man, the school district has to pay for it. That's just Section 11's rule of policy. Very tough to do a game with the skill, the speed, the size, the strength of these players nowadays. Very tough for officiating officials to do a lacrosse game, men's lacrosse game, with two officials.
We have 4 in college, right?
Sometimes I feel like they don't have any. I don't know who's making those calls.
I set myself up for that one.
I saw a lot of great lacrosse this year. I do some broadcasts for the Big Ten Plus network. Okay. So I've seen, I did, I think 4 or 5 Rutgers games, home games this year. Lacrosse at the college level is outstanding. And you know why? Because they're getting great players like we're seeing here today. You know, read down this list of where everybody's going to college, and there are a lot of great players. That's a great shot right there. That goes in.
Finally, Duxbury breaks through. Bobby Mamarin.
We were just speaking about Bobby a little while ago. He got up over goal line extended right there, using his size and strength, just dipped his shoulder and threw it in opposite side of the cage. I don't think anybody knew it went in.
He didn't react as if it went in.
Right here, just steps down, turnaround shot. Go back to that once in a while. You see it right there? That's a positive. That's a positive. Come back to that. Future games, use it. Get better at it. As he's doing that, should be looking backdoor increase. Other players need to be confident that he's looking as he's shooting or dodging.
I'd be remiss, by the way, to not mention my alma mater when we're talking college lacrosse. The Hofstra Pride are number 2 in the nation. I believe they're 10-0 now.
Absolutely.
The only undefeated team left.
Coach Tierney doing a great job there. My daughter graduated, played field hockey at Hofstra. They do a great job athletically over there.
A lot of players from Long Island usually ending up there.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of my friends played there. Long tradition of playing against them, with them in club. An errant pass there.
Duxbury seems to be working out a couple of the kinks here. Finally getting on the board. I think that's the one thing you have to be happy about if you're their head coach, Chris Sweet, is, you know what, you got on the board. You didn't get embarrassed out here. I don't think you can say that.
They haven't been embarrassed at any point here today. They're playing hard. They're continuing to play. There's no dirty play involved. They just want to get better. They want to learn from this game. Monday practice will be a different situation. You strap on that chin strap, and coach will bring them out there and just say, okay, so what happened on Saturday? Let's figure this out. What can we do to get better?
Garden City trying to add to it. Just 5 minutes left in this one. A foregone conclusion in terms of what the outcome will be. Just maybe give or take a couple of goals here or there. Duxbury will get it back. Shump, he's had a couple of opportunities. Goes cross field and another errant pass. That's been all day for them.
Yeah, they're trying to do too much right now. Looking for something that's really not there. Well, again, it's not a zone. Playing man-to-man, that opportunity is not probably going to be there. You know, the furthest guy away from the ball is really not sloughed that much in that man-to-man situation where you can make that over-the-top pass.
Coughlin working with the ball, works it around. Surprisingly, they haven't really gotten many of the starters out of there just yet. Atkinson will play college at Princeton. He had the ball momentarily, gives it off. Now Coppola in, one of the sophomores on this team. We saw him take a face-off earlier.
Yeah, give him a little work in there. Let's see what he's got. Oh, yeah, he's got some quick feet. Good look to X. Once again, they dodge, look to X, come around, shot.
Finn Gibbons, 4 goals on him now. So he adds to the hat trick, and it's 11-1.
It's a hat trick. It's a hat with a feather. See it right here again. That came off the pass. Pass right across to X, just changes direction, come around for a wraparound shot. You get that stick out in front of you, and there's no defender stick to deter that shot. He can put it in.
He now has 14 goals this year, 4 of them today, so padding his stats now. It won't help him get a college scholarship because he's already committed to Brown. So good academically and on the lacrosse field. We'll take another face-off here. That time Steinbach taking the face-off, so they've cycled in a couple of different players here as the face-off person. They'll control one more time, but just 3 minutes to go. And Rick, now that you've seen Garden City, what do you think of them in the league? Do you see them stacking up against the rest of the competition?
Absolutely. I mean, there's some strong competition in Nassau County. There's no doubt about it. And obviously, if they get to the Long Island Championship, whoever comes out of Section 11, they'll be formidable as well. But you know what? When you see a team basically as strong as Garden City has played at least today, I mean, there's a lot of room to grow from how good they are to being a great team, as they've been in a lot of years. You know, passing and catching skills are phenomenal. Shooting, I don't know what the shooting percentage is right now. We'll get that up maybe later. But the shooting is an outstanding skill that they have.
They have really done everything fundamentally well.
Yeah, they wanted to test Henry Well today, and they did. And you can't fault Henry Well, the goalie from Duxbury. Those shots were all step-down shots, 7 or less yards. Everything was on a doorstep. Conversely, on the other side, Garden City's not giving up anything inside. Look, the shot there, 5, 10, 15-yard shot. Eric Mueller, he's going to be able to zone in on that shot.
That's why Duxbury's offense hasn't really functioned. They can't get in close. They've only taken 12 shots the entire game.
When you think about the fact that they score 19 goals a game,
yep,
and they've only had 11 shots here today, that's something they're really not used to.
And they've only scored once.
Yeah.
Unprecedented for them this year. Obviously only the 4th game of the season, so it is early.
Yeah, a long way to go. A lot to be said from here to the end of the season. And
Duxbury trying to still learn from this, setting up the offense, doing something here. Trying to maybe get a goal before the end of the game. A shot.
Again,
another person hit in front. That time it was Timmy Gormley.
Yeah, Gormley. Again, they're taking those shots from outside.
So occupational hazard as a defender in lacrosse.
They're like, some of those kids are like ball magnets right now. It's just frustrating where they're just they want to get a shot off and they're just taking it without, time, room, and really much to shoot at that point. They just want to get a shot off and hopefully get it on cage. So there's a case in point when a whistle was blown because somebody was down. There's an alternate possession cross, and obviously it goes to Garden City. Nothing's going right for Duxbury right now. Oh, nice swing dodge right there.
Yeah, that was an impressive move by Jack Bill.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, you can see the stature of their program, Garden City's program, when they start playing other players that we haven't seen in the first part of this game. They have great skills as well. It's another push.
The future of the program.
Yeah, I mean, so when you go to practice, those kids are pushing each other to play better. Mm-hmm. A lot of teams, a lot of programs, you have your first guys and second guys that, they may not really help you that much during practice because they're not at the skill level where they can do that. But great programs, strong programs, they've got kids that will push you in every practice. And that just makes you better as a team.
And Duxbury content to just let the clock run out. Garden City wins big on their home turf against Duxbury of Massachusetts. 11-1 is the final here at Garden City High School. Our player of the game will be Finn Gibbons. We'll have him in a moment with Rick, so stay tuned for the post game right here on Verizon Fios 1 Sports. Back one final time at Garden City High School. 11-1 the final. Garden City, the big victory over Duxbury from Massachusetts. Our player of the game is Finn Gibbons. He had 4 goals and 2 assists. He's with Rick Mercurio down on the field.
Here with Finn Gibbons, 4 goals, 2 assists on the day. Season high, 14 goals for the year so far. Great game. It seemed like a lot of those goals were right on the doorstep, step-down shots. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, well, we just wanted to run a invert from behind where we get a shorty behind, and then kind of just move around up top. And our guys behind were beating up their men, so it was just open up top.
You know, Finn, your offense had a great day, obviously scoring 11 goals. But you faced this Duxbury team coming into today, averaged over 9 goals a game, and your defense held them to 1.
Yeah, our defense has been working hard in practice. Got a bunch of new guys in there that are picking it up pretty quickly. And yeah, they've been shutting teams down all year, so same as usual.
Your goalie played strong today. Kudos to him. You want to give him a little credit?
Yeah, shout out Eric Muller. Great game. That's about it.
Really enjoyed his outlets. It seems like when he was making saves, he got rid of that ball in a magic moment.
Yeah, it's a big part of our practice, work on clearing the ball, because if you can't clear, you can't get down on offense. Been working hard, so.
A long tradition of great Garden City lacrosse, great program. Moving forward, how are you going to practice come Monday so that you just keep getting better?
I mean, we got some tough games coming up. Not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves. Gonna stay humble and keep working hard.
Finn, great luck going on to Brown next year. Good luck there. Great game.
Thank you.
Continued luck this season.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Rick. Thanks a lot to Finn. Again, 4 goals and 2 assists for him, the senior standout. One of 2 hat tricks for Garden City in this one. 11-1 is the final over Duxbury. That'll do it for us, this presentation of Verizon Fios One Sports. Thanks to everyone involved in this presentation. For Rick Mercurio and everyone involved, I'm Mark Weiner saying thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your evening.
This has been a special presentation of Verizon Fios One Sports.